Good morning. Who am I drawing today? VeeFriends Live, Comics and Coffee. Let's see. I'll change up this music here. Let's do this. Also got to pull up my TikTok chat. Hello, everybody across the VeeFriends channels. This is Comics and Coffee. You can take a look at today's comic strip, which should be coming out here in a minute. Let's get the chat up. Right on. Good morning, friends. Going to be drawing some comics for the next hour or so. Hello over on TikTok. Cowabunga Chan, what's up, man? Good morning, good morning. Let's take a look at this today's comic. Hope you guys have your coffee on your way to work or whatever you're doing today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be here drawing comics as usual. It's where I belong. Today's comic, let's take a look at it together there. So we have 555 fan. He's thinking he's going to quit. You know, I'm afraid nobody's watching my videos. Why even bother? And the little thing starts to poof up. Sounds like a fear to me. And then it's Fearless Fairy Week. And VeeFriends, if you didn't know. And he's like, oh, hey, Fearless Fairy, what's up? And she's like, what's up? I'll tell you what's up, mister. And then, you haven't published a new video in weeks. Why? And he's like, wait, you watch my videos? I had no idea. And she's giving him the business. And she's saying, that's right. I'm a true fan. And there are others out there too. It takes time and consistency to find them. Have her just kind of standing on the... By the way, in my own mind, I think that like these magical characters can kind of change shapes and sizes. She's a fairy, so she can become very small, or she can be life size, or mascot size. So she like flies away. She's like, stop overthinking, push that publish button. And then he's like, I will. Thanks for watching. So it's just like a reminder to, our creator friends out there to not. You never know who's watching. That's kind of the background message here for today's comic. You never know who's watching. So keep publishing, keep doing you. That said, I'm going to move right into the next comic and go into my process here. So, and we've got kind of some themes building. Because we have a lot of entrepreneurs and like creator types building, content out there, of course, because Gary, if you're new to VeeFriends, by the way, a few people rocking and rolling in and out especially over on TikTok. VeeFriends is over 280 characters created by Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, and different traits. Like Fearless Fairy this week. Here I'm drawing really small because I'm just going to try and get the composition. This is kind of how I start almost every comic. I don't want him to be the same shape as today's comic, so it's just going to be a random human. And he's just going to look kind of bummed out. Again. And then we have that going on. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have a couple different characters in this strip. So kind of just working out the composition real quick of who is going to be in this strip. So we know it's Fearless Fairy. I think maybe it's going to be like a little. I'm going to change the shape of the kid a little bit in this strip. And then we're just going to go ahead and blow this up. Dominic, morning. Morning, Dan, over on YouTube. Good morning again. Dan was on our drawing stream this morning. Do a little morning workout drawing stream sort of deal. So I've got a situation here. I'm going to kind of just slowly give it away as I'm drawing for the next hour or so. And I'm going to have two characters kind of giving this character here some advice. I already know what the text is, but I'm going to keep it blank for right now as I draw this out. So all the comics start with roughs like this before they become, something like that in today's comic. I want to avoid the same setup of the kid. Like, it's so hard to kind of think about the same pose over and over again. I want to kind of avoid that. So I'm going to make this kid a little bit bigger. That's about right. Let's do that. Fade that out. And what's next here? It's one of those situations where I'm going to just make up a human. We don't really have, we've got some regular humans that keep showing up, like Bear Minimum Bob and a couple of those, but oh, that's the wrong. That's not what I wanted to do here. Okay. I'm just going to duplicate this layer. Bring this over. Let's lay out the shape where they'll be. Fade that out more. Or just get rid of. They're not going to be in this panel. Just get rid of that. Yeah, it's fun to wake up and work on. Each comic is almost like a problem to figure out. It's fun to think about how to get in here and make a new character, and something that's kind of universal in this situation in this comic is this kid, maybe like a teenager, thinks he's going to be alone forever. Like maybe he can't find a date for the dance or something like that. That's kind of what we're going to go with. And maybe he's like a little bit of a chubbier kid too, I think. When you got your kids and they're growing up, little chubby kid in school doesn't think that girls like them and things like that. It's kind of the vibe I'm gonna go with this kid. I'm gonna be like, so as I'm drawing, like the facial expression, I'll think like what he might be saying. Like, I'm gonna be alone forever. Like, very sad. Very sad. Kid. And I kind of wanted to be. Been thinking a lot about having more characters with a little bit more weight to them instead of just skinny kids, you know? I think people can relate more with, you know, we all don't have perfect bodies. I wish it were just that easy. Maybe he's at school. So that's good. I'll draw like the school desk here. Going off with that idea of maybe like a school dance. How about a flyer in front of him? So I'm gonna spin this around and kind of draw in just where the spring dance. How about that? Just making that up on the fly. Makes sense, right? You can't find a date to the spring dance. I hated dances when I was a kid. By the way, now that I'm thinking about it, I always felt like, oh, I want to dance. There was so much pressure when you were a kid to like go to the dance. Do you have a date? Are you just bringing your, BFF or something like that? Spring dance Friday. I'm getting a little chip tooth. Little chip tooth action there. Morning over on TikTok, Steve. Corso's in the chats. Morning, Corso. Going on over on TikTok. I like that we can see the little characters peeking through over here. Another one. Wait, whoops. Just bumped my... tear up my setup. Trying to make this work. All right, there we go. I'm gonna make the cow. The other stream can't see what the heck I'm doing here. Well, that's okay. It's for the TikTok people that making those little characters peek through the little crack. Oh, you know what? I forgot today. So I forgot to put a topper on there. So I'm gonna spin around and just kind of grab one randomly off of the today it's Driven Dragon. Let's put him on there. Love these VeeFriends minis. Great. Let's go back to the other screen here. All right, so we got a kid in school. This is looking pretty good. He's got a flyer about the dance on Friday. I'm gonna put his other hand right here. Yeah, What about you guys? Did you do dances at school? Were you like the hip kids that, were real excited to dress up and all that kind of stuff? Honestly, my family didn't have a whole lot of money, so there wasn't like, hey, I need to get a suit for the party. So I was like, ugh. Only a couple times I did that. In high school, I went to some winter dances, and I hated wearing suits. I think that was the main thing. I didn't mind going hanging out with friends, but I didn't like the pressure of you got to wear this suit now, and now you got to dance in a suit. So like two things I really didn't want to do: dance. I didn't want to dance, and I didn't want to wear suits. You know. All right, let's give him a little. Haircut here. And you know what? We're gonna give him some. He's like a middle school age kid, probably some freckles or whatever going on there. Change his nose up a little bit. Do that. And I kind of wanted to be looking at the flyer here. I'm just gonna pivot his eyes over a little bit. That'll all be inked. All right, cool. We're getting there. Good morning, Peg. We're on X. This is VeeFriend's Comics and Coffee. I'm DJ Kaufman, the cartoonist here. VeeFriend's comic creator. Working on tons of daily comics for the VeeFriend's universe. It's really fun. Today, got 2 VeeFriends showing up. Maybe you can guess who they are. It might be pretty apparent to the regular VeeFriends, the VEEFAM, who it's going to be. Got the Driven Dragon on my... I wonder if I got this camera set up. Oh, I do. That's kind of a good view too. TikTok doesn't get all the different camera angles, but it's when you get a little bit of best of both worlds kind of thing. So what I've been doing when Fairy appears, she appears with these she starts to appear with these sparkles. So kind of thought like Beetlejuice, if someone's talking about being afraid, like she just starts to kind of, when you see those sparkles, she's going to appear. And then I think over here, it's going to be a little cloud. Right. Layer am I on? Okay, that's good. Or maybe even like a little halo kind of appearing. Kind of. And then to keep this consistent, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this kid, the pencils of this kid over. Copy paste. Just to pull him here. Maybe a little bit bigger head. It doesn't need to be any, well, maybe a little bit bigger. Zoom in on his face. Nope, because he's got a speech balloon there. Okay. All right, we're gonna maybe a zoom out. Yeah, that's good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could probably move the speech bubble. see where the speech bubble was. I can move it to the right. Let's move that copy over to the right. His facial expression will change there. Pitch that down. Let's go back to this view here. Wasn't too bad of a view, actually. A little bit more down. Trying to get the camera right so that TikTok can see it, and you can see a little bit of my hands here too. Some people say they like to watch the pencil actually moving, and some people are like, go to the iPad view. So we'll mix it up a little bit. Let me know what you like. All right, let's start drawing these VeeFriends here. That's what you're all here for. You don't want to see me just drawing this kid. But his expression is going to change based on what maybe even his arms will move a little. I don't like to just do the copy paste thing. I like to have something changing. But this is going to be Fearless Fairy over here. I definitely know that. So I like to start her with just the head. We know she's going to have that. You know, but I like to make it so that like it's a little more swoopy. Is that a word? You can see how I have that like composition line there that kind of said that something should go there. So I'm gonna just kind of extend her leg, like maybe this leg's bent underneath the dress, and then this leg's more like straight down. This hand's on the staff. I know what she's saying here. She's kind of like, not with that attitude. So. She's got really like, again, when I looked at her, like when I was studying Fearless Fairy, the way she's been drawn, some of her arms are very long and some of them are shorter. And I'm like, okay, I think we're just going to go with the idea that like she's, you know, a magical creature. So she can probably extend and change shape, and she's a fairy. So fairies are tricky, you know. And then we just kind of see. I want her looking down at the kid. You only have the eyes to work with fairies, so you got to be very, you know, particular where you put the fairy eyes at the center of her head. So like I'm thinking about that, like her hair peak kind of goes there. And then we're just gonna shoot that off. I think I saw a Fearless Fairy in the season 3 and 4 minis that are coming out. So I thought I saw one of those sneak peeks the other day. So hopefully in the future I'll have those on my pencil as I'm drawing. Fearless Fairy. I'm gonna keep it kind of low, huh? All right. I'm gonna draw right here to be able to. Let's just switch back to the screen there. All right. It was also very unclear if her wings are behind her hair or in front. There's a couple drawings out there, a couple pieces of art where you would think if her wings are attached to her back, would her hair fall behind it? But a couple times her hair's in front of the wings. I don't really think there's any kind of real rule to it. I just wing it. Boom. Well, you're going to get a lot of Fearless Fairy this week, you know. I got a good Sunday planned. Start working on that this evening, actually. Just a little shorter stream today. I usually go a little longer. Also, I think Fanatics Live is doing 9:30. They're having a special show. I don't know all the details there. Check the. Should probably look at. No one mentioned it to me. I saw that they were going live. I'm not sure what channels they'll be on. Let's check it out. Yeah, Fearless Fairy reminds me of, well, I mean, I'm just going to state the obvious. As an X-Men fan, she kind of looks a little bit like Mystique. But it's a good design. It makes people stop and go, what is that? Like newer people. So it's cute, but it's also, when she's blue and with the color scheme that she has, it's kind of like, what is this, happening? And I like to put if she has a magic staff, then there's got to be some colorful magic around there. So you've seen that in the strips that I've been drawing with her in it. I'm putting those little sparkles and things around it. People liked the by the way, when I was drawing this comic, I told my wife, I'm like, oh, this one's good, I'm gonna make someone cry. And then Savvy's daughter, I drew her name on this comic and she was like happy tears, and I'm like, man, I didn't mean to make a kid cry. I don't want to make people cry, but it was very nice to see that kids are liking it and adults are liking it too. So she's fun to draw. I like this. We need to make a VeeFriends stand up that attaches to the top of your laptop, like a laptop stander. That would be fun. Distracting, but also fun. Okay, so they'll be appearing in here. I might actually make them saying something here. I'll have to check the final comic tomorrow. Maybe there'll be like little bubbles here, like, wait, hold up. All right. And over here, we're going to have Ambitious Angel. Hey, Soggy Waffles, congratulations on the Falcon. Saw that Gary sent you a V1 Falcon, Focus Falcon last night. That's awesome. How cool was that? I love that, man. I love seeing, I love popping on X, and it's the best thing on Twitter. I'll keep calling it X now. It's Twitter. Come on. I like that I can just draw some of the characters now without, constantly looking at reference. Usually color is what I have to, focus on and make sure I'm getting right. But I've gotten pretty good at memorizing a lot of I've been drawing Ambitious Angel kind of sitting on a cloud. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. Maybe it's better if she's in like full flight here. Like a finger up. Just so we can get a different type of, snapshot of her. She's a little close to his head, but I'll fix that in a minute. She's also fun to draw up. I like her eyelashes. Inking her eyelashes is always fun. She's got some pretty dope eyelashes. Morning, Alaska. Good morning, VM. What's going on? I forgot to check on the TikTok. Not so many on TikTok when we're live on all these other channels, but the great thing about TikTok, I see like Pokemon Sam just joined over on TikTok. If we've broken your feed and we've stopped you from your scroll, we've done our job. Welcome to VeeFriends. Beyond the fact that there's 280 characters created by Gary V, great traits like Ambitious Angel here that I'm drawing and Fearless Fairy. There's a great community of fans and entrepreneurs and creators, people out there, doing things and supporting each other. And I see that Soggy was gifted one of the digital collectibles last night. Gary kind of goes around like a fairy and gives people things in the middle of the night, like the Tooth Fairy, but he's like the Gary Fairy. It's the Gary Fairy. Just, if you've been a good VeeFriend, like he just hooks you up. It's like the Tooth Fairy, but NFTs instead. Soggy, you've been, your name is everywhere. Like you're in all the Fanatic streams, and you've done some good for other people. Like Gary watches that stuff. It's pretty cool that we know the super fans and the superhumans out there. We talk about you guys and appreciate you watching and supporting each other. And not only that, but just like putting out the reflection of the mission of VeeFriends, which is to really help bring these traits into the world. I think more happiness, ambition. So many kids and young adults and even older adults like me, like there's so many things like self-awareness and things that we don't think about. That's one of the coolest bonuses I've gotten with this job. Like I get to draw comics and that's super great, but even just yesterday, a little behind the scenes for you, reviewing the Moonbug scripts for the first 2 episodes, talking with Andy and Carrie on our team, and just reviewing them and going like, wow, like what what impact will this episode have? And like who's, and I said something like, it's cool that when an episode comes out, or the toppers, like these things, the minis too, or the cards, that it gives a chance for parents to have a conversation about ambition, fear, um, with their kids, or if you're an adult, you're able to go like, what does that mean really to me? Tenacity or ambition. And like you start to get kind of, behind the scenes, we're working on a lot of the character bios and things too. So the challenging thing for me is to come up with, like, we know the traits and we know the fun facts and things like that, but finding the characters that balance each other is cool. Not a challenge in a bad way. It's just like a fun, like, who would be Ambitious Angel's best, as I've been saying, like a BVFF, best VeeFriend forever. Been thinking a lot about that. And who is she? Who does she help balance? You always need a good friend in your life to kind of pull you back down to the middle or reality. You've gotten off track. You know what I mean? Austin, I have not sent your card yet. So probably this week or this weekend, I'm going to do a set of a block of drawing the cards for you and Megan and Steve. I owe a few surprise drawing cards for you. But yeah, you're not missing it yet. Can't forget the can't forget the halo on Our Lady here. That's pretty cool. All right, then we know I'm not going to spend too much time on the pencils on this because I know she's got those ribs and like the outline there. I think I can probably, but I do want to move her position around just slightly over to the right to give some room for this. Maybe make Fairy a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. I don't want to cut them off because we've been making like stickers for the Discord and for socials and stuff. So I don't want to like cut off these wings. For the sake of the stream, so I got about, here for a little bit longer. Check my messages here real fast. Okay, great. Yeah, Chris, it's nice that I can move things around, change up the composition a little bit. It's over here a little. Good. So yeah, first time that these two characters have appeared together too is kind of fun. I've been thinking about Ambitious Angel as I'm drawing the other strips, and let's go ahead and just get rid of that. And then the kid's gonna be, he's gonna have different arm situation here. There's a balloon here with some words in it. I have him more like shrugging his shoulders here. Draw his shoulders. 'Cause I know what he's saying. I think he's gonna be like looking up at them. Kinda like, I don't know. Kinda look. So I was talking about in my drawing club stream this morning. I do a drawing club stream at 7 a.m. You know, because I can't draw enough, right, guys? Like, but it's like my warm up stream, my warm up for the club, the drawing club I run, and I was like telling the other artists, like, it's good to like just be able to draw loose in the morning, because then when you're working on like your other projects, then don't worry too much about the hands, just kind of get the shapes in, work on them a bit. Let the gestures, like the fast motions, kind of capture what you're wanting to happen there. To really kind of get that feeling of like, I don't know. Maybe he's even just looking straight ahead. I don't know. I think maybe I've been looking at Angel. Because she's making the last point to him, whatever she's saying here, and then she's saying here. I love doing that thing where they're kind of breaking the bubbles. I love doing that. I don't know why. I think it just looks neat. You're going to see a little bit more of his school desk here. And I might add some things, because I think I might add another like student or something back here. Maybe one here. So it really looks like a classroom of kids. I don't know. We'll see. Got to run the risk of spending too much time in a thing. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and start inking up one of these characters here. Let's ink up the VeeFriends first, because that's what people like to see. Good morning, Megan. Corso, can you find, if you're listening, can you find out, are they streaming on all these channels at 9:30? Or is it just the cards channels? Because I didn't see it in the team calendar. If you're listening. If not, I'll check in a little bit. Yeah, so if you're new to VeeFriends and watching, this is Fearless Fairy. She's one of over 280 characters that were created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him from Wine TV or just being an amazing entrepreneur all over the place. But these characters are meant to amplify the messages of their traits. Here we have Fearless Fairy, of course. So like she's popping in, helping people. Not just like no fear, like fear of everything. Like here, this kid's afraid to ask someone out, so she's kind of schooling him on that. But there's fear failure, there's fear of heights, there's fear of bees. Fear holds you back so many ways in life, which, I'm not afraid of spiders, but I don't like them. Just had some spiders in my kitchen this morning trying to capture me. Shoot me a message real quick. Maybe not. Okay. I didn't see it in my calendar. But I have to leave a little bit early today anyways. I got a doctor's appointment, so it's gonna 9:50 roll out of here. Nothing major, just regular checkup. Looking forward to I used to not like going to doctors for anything like a regular checkup physical. Used to hate that too. Just like I hated going to dances and I hated wearing suits, but you just got to do those things. I'm actually looking forward to going to my doctor today because just to check up, they'll weigh me. My blood pressure's great. She's gonna be like, my doctor's gonna be proud of me, guys. So that feels good. Instead of like the doctor being like, you gotta work on yourself or whatever. Then you feel scolded, But yeah, it's gonna feel good to get some props from the doc, I bet, today. Doing that up. Okay. Also, just want to say again, I've said it before, how nice it is to have a team of people to work with. A lot of cartoonists, you're out there kind of by yourself. And the VeeFriends, we've got a team of just excellent people running the socials, running the projects from the top down. The what we call PSPs, like platform. Jeremy running the X, and Ali, shout out to Ali over on TikTok making those great animations, and I just love seeing all that. And Ezra over on the Instagram. You might see Ezra over on the videos of the self-aware hair. I think Gary wants to put him in the outfit. Have him running around in an outfit. I want to see that. Sorry, Ezra. Okay. All right. Gary has a special stream coming at 9:30 with the Fanatics live. To clear the channel. Look, you guys can see when I'm doing the quick, just hold the Apple Pen's bad habit. So I'll clear the channel here in about 5 minutes so that they can come on. And then maybe I'll come back on later tonight. a surprise stream for the drawing stream. But Gary wanted to do a special Fanatics live stream this morning for the cards. If you're not familiar, appreciate you guys watching. Tune in and hang for that. There's 938 people watching right now, according to Restream. That's amazing, guys. Thank you for watching me draw these comics. Thanks for supporting VeeFriends. And yeah, I really appreciate that. Appreciate all the nice messages too. I mean, you don't have to say nice things or give me flowers or anything like that, but it just feels nice to hear that people are enjoying the comics and really liking that. Yeah, so tune in here in a couple minutes. They're going to have and I don't know, they give away things on those streams. Last night, Gary gave away a version 1 Focused Falcon to our man Soggy Waffles in the community. That's amazing. Someone bought a black cat last night. It's like 55 Ethereum. I don't know. Just doing quick math. Is that like $200,000 or something? Like, just getting that money out of your couch and just buying a random black cat. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new to VeeFriends, we've got the digital collectibles, the NFTs, and the version 1s that Gary drew. Those are kind of like the holy grail of the IP that we're building here. So people that own those get special, sometimes special access and definitely clout in the community, and they're rare, and it's great. It's fun. It's fun for me to watch all that stuff kind of developing out in the community. It's great. Very cool. 5. So yeah, I will come back later today at some point when the channels are clear. I'm going to tell the team here. Yeah. So we got 965 watching right now. Please stay tuned. In a few minutes, probably 7 minutes or so, they're going to do a special Fanatics live stream with the cards. Kind of a surprise stream today, this early. I hope you tune in for that. I'll come back later today with some comics when all is clear on the Western Front, on the Eastern Front. And that'll work out great. So we got the fairy. Hey, do me a favor, share the comic today. If you want to support the VeeFriends, make sure you go share today's comic. It's about quitting your content, and then Fairy shows up and tells him like, hey man, you have not published in weeks, and inspires him to kind of push that publish button. So go share that comic today. That really helps. And remember, if you're really into VeeFriends, sharing the comics and all the posts and the card streams, it helps new people discover the brand. And that's kind of what we're up to here. So we want new people to discover, just like you discovered VeeFriends at some point. And that's kind of the mission, that we're out here doing all these things and making these shows and content. And you can be a big part of that, the community. We need you to share the streams and be excited. Tell your friends, tell your homies that VeeFriends is freaking awesome. How about that? All right, cool. I'm gonna jump off the stream so that they can get ready for the card stream. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back later. I'm gonna jump back on later to draw some more comics, and we will see you real soon. Don't forget your VeeFriends minis All right, I'm out. I'm gonna clear this stream for them. I'll see you soon.